twice a week, once a week, for decades, right? All eyes been hearing it and looking at it. The ears been hearing it and the people been looking at it. They just didn't act on it. They didn't know what it was. And add to that confusion the system being domesticated, that it's doing exactly what you tell it. But they don't understand what they're doing. Okay, so how you see life, our story, that's the basis of everything we've been doing. To show everybody you don't have to be scared of this old system anymore. You Muslims, you don't have to be afraid anymore, right? You don't have to make no rebellion in the street. All you have to do is teach people Islam. The Muslim community is now developed enough to bring Islam to the people. All we got to do is help bring Islam to the Muslims and we'll be on the road. Everything, we just got to bring Islam to the Muslims. Other than that, public record. Our life is an open book. Everything has been open. We not only talk about our own personal lives and goals. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to remain neutral. But why was such a big deal about it? Because the people have to see that somebody from their same neighborhood, basically the Negro community, can do all of these things. And our job is to do it for this period. Their job, you know what I mean? We're not a permanent fixture here. We're not a permanent fixture here. But when the new people, the young people, and remember the attitude of the young crowd now is different than the intermediate who was they had all kind of, they got all these different grades of people. What do they call them? Millennials?
Yeah, millennials and
they got
baby boomers.
Baby boomers, that's me, and baby boomers. And, you know. They even got metrosexual. I never found out about the other metrosexual.
That's not one of the, that's something else.
That's something
Yeah,
else.
it's the X
Generation X.
Generation X.
That's actually after baby boomers.
Yeah.
Well, and then they make a mistake. They got a teenage girl going all over the world, getting all the publicity on
Climate change.
They may be doing that themselves.
Right.
But remember, at the end of the cycle, the system does everything to itself. They outsmart themselves. Remember in the Quran it said the people in the past had plans too. The Quran is clear. They all have to think you gotta do, I'm gonna be here forever. You think Pharaoh had a plan that I'm gonna leave here and it's all too late for me? No. He says, so it shall be written, so it shall be done. That's the way Pharaoh talked. Why? Because he was a little ill-known, a little God, just thought he was. And at the time, see, Allah fool you thinking, you know, they talk about the white man got a God complex. Everybody, the British had it, the Romans had it, the Greeks, everybody had that big fat head at a certain time in history. Why? Because Allah tried them with wealth and poverty, gave them all the wealth. Oh, you want to make a plan? You go and do it. Go ahead. You got my permission. And everything, the same thing happened to them. We don't want none of that to happen to us. That's why we're very cautious about this type of arrogance. Okay, our life is an open book. We live, use history, present, moral imagination, public challenge. Set the stage for challenge. example, Ramadan plan. We do have a Ramadan plan. You know, basic Ramadan plan. For us, it's not to read the sections of Quran and everything during this season. It's our goal to implement, to put all that together. You know, everybody reads the Quran, but how many have an implementation plan? That's the thing. So we're getting ready to go back to Oakland. So the guide we always use is Quran, right? Sunnah, history, and our own personal experience. Okay. What we have been against all the time, it's a matter of willpower. Willpower, the power, we don't want to sound like white folks or nothing like that. The will to da-da-da-da-da. But willpower does have a lot to do with it. I'm talking about on the human level now. Once you figure out what's your purpose in life, if you're that lucky, you find out what your specific purpose, why Allah created you. When you find out or stumble upon or research or get a feeling about your purpose in life, your contribution in life, your gift to life, that's a big deal. Not that hardly nobody does that. Most people get a job and they either like it or don't like it. Most people, some join the army, some do this. But people are wondering generalities. They're not specific about goals enough. So our Ramadan plan, we say write our near future. Remember we talk about it all the time. Write the book you want to read. I mean, we'll be in that stage for a long time. But the future you want to see, just write it down. So, can it happen? You know those pictures they have, the storyline that they have and the pyramids and all that? The young Pharaoh, he's born. He marries a beautiful princess, right? He has many battles, which he wins all of them, of course, after all he's Egyptian. And then he goes to the happy hunting ground, wherever they go. He goes across now all that stuff they put on the boat to go with him to carry him to that. Usually he stays where he's at, wherever they put him. And not one Pharaoh ever crossed any river after he died. Especially pushing in his paddling in the south. And all that wealth. Hey man, them grave robbers be knocking them over. Right? So all that stuff, hey man, it ain't going nowhere. It's staying right there. But that storyboard, guess when they painted all of that? When he died or when he was born? When he was born. So his life is already, so he sees, you don't even have to think about it. Oh, well, I'm going to be a great warrior, so I might as well practice with all the guys. I'm going to be a great statesman. He got all, the statesmen are all around him. All raising him to do what? To be that. And you think he's going to marry an ugly woman? Heck no. He's going to marry a tender. It's just, I never heard no kings marry no, we don't want to say ugly women, that's not nice. But they all the pictures we saw, however far they back, they look kind of all right. Anyway, So that's what he's going to do. He's going to have a nice little pharaoh, little baby pharaoh, and then, right? He's going to have battles. He's got the biggest army in the world. He's going to win them all. They wrote it before, they painted it before as soon as he was born. There it is right there. That's your life. And you're going to die, and so we're going to prepare you a tomb. The badder you are, the bigger the tomb we're going to prepare. Okay. What have we been up against all the time? I talked about some of the stuff, but we've been up against the whole United States government and all of its assistance. That means in South Africa, that means the people that was against Dr. Khalim Siddiqui, right? That means Muhammad al-Asi, when you told him I was having something in Oakland, you said, what? I don't know what he said. What did he say?
Well, first he said, well, what did he do?
What did I do? Not the government. What did the government do?
Right.
What did I do? You know, when they heard about my grandson being martyred, which I don't know whether he might be a witness, that don't make no difference. But he said, what did he do? That's what the South Africans said, the Indian South Africans, not the Negro South Africans, because the Negro South Africans know he didn't do nothing because they know what was happening to them. You know, that's the insane question. What did he do? As though he had to do something to help precipitate this situation.
This injustice.
This injustice. Good God Almighty. Willpower, our attitude, our vision, our actions, our behavior, our faith will determine the outcome, not infirmities. Infirmities, I put that there because we always do this, but the white man think he gonna mess around with my knees and all of that. I can't hardly pray right. Hey, look, hey, we already working out of this. That same gym, the same hills we walking, we just gonna walk our way out of it. Work our way out of it. That man is crazy. When we started just 2 months ago after these little things, remember I was talking about upper body strength? I couldn't hardly do 2 or 3 sets and it was hard. Shoot, now we're up to 15 reps with heavier iron. Shoot, we might go into a second stacking that iron, not really. But we're capable of handling ourselves now. I don't want to go back to Oakland incapable, but by the time we get there, we'll be ready. We have been up against infirmities, nothing. Remember, whether it's psychological, whether it's physical, you know what I mean? Well, what's the other one? Medicine? Chemical. The white man to give you chemicals now, we've been threatening, how many years we've been threatening? Over 10 years to go into science fiction management, right? We're gonna get there pretty soon. You know why? Because the white man's in science. The stuff he's doing now, you know, is believable. Yeah. And everybody is headed in that direction. Okay, somewhere over the rainbow. Dreamland awakens. Reservoir of behavior. Reservoir of behavior is like a reservoir that holds water and everything, and it provides it over a period of time. The reservoir of behavior is like when we have a non-commercial system, accumulated wealth will be a reservoir that people can tap into as they need. That's what a reservoir is for, but this would be a reservoir of wealth. A reservoir of behavior is the reservoir that you feel. It's like your intellect, it's like your subconscious. You didn't fill it with all the things. In our case, it's filled with certain behavior patterns, certain attitudes. Okay, people can say certain things, but can't none of them prove nothing of bad behavior. That's what I'm saying. Nobody never proved nothing. Just talking. So that reservoir of behavior is something that you build up over time. People can distort it, and sometimes they can nullify it, but they can't take it from you. Okay, Dreamlands Awakens. It's like the Force Awakens, right? Isn't that something, the Force Awakens?
Yeah.
No, you ain't gotta be a little modern, although this might be 10, 20 years old now. So even when you're up to date, you're still out of date. But every period of history, think about it, there's always revivals. And they keep pushing the 60s. Why they keep pushing that? They want to keep your mind back there. That was it. And look at all the good stuff that's happened since then. Good stuff not behind you. I've been here for 74 years, and I don't never remember a time they have been shooting and hanging Negroes. That's a long time for no progress. For people to say, well, we can't do anything about it. It's institutional racism. Well, you need to get rid of that institution then, in a hurry. Okay. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, land that I heard about once in a lullaby. Technically, that's like, the stuff we be talking about is real dreamland stuff. Because if you're talking about a type of socialistic program where the rich will give up their richness to share it with the poor and the needy, that's a pretty big dream in there. That's a big deal. But if you're going to dream, why not dream big? Because wherever we wind up, as long as we're here, we're going to be recycled to the same level of challenge. What we want to do is participate in building a world where there's still struggle. Why? Because hak and batil is not going away. Because all of that comes from Allah. I mean, Allah created those circumstances. Truth and falsehood. I mean, truth comes from Allah and falsehood comes from ourselves. You know, we do that ourselves. Because Allah don't do this. But Allah said, I only made men and jinn to serve me. Whatever the people, the jinns, all that is doing, that's only with the permission of Allah. That's why Shaitan asks permission. Can I get a little respite for a while? Can I get, yeah, you got it good. Now, you ain't gonna find, them niggas, you watch and see. They ain't gonna, none of them gonna like you. They gonna like me. I'm gonna make them niggas like me. They ain't gonna like you. Because he know where he's headed anyway. But he's got probation for a while. Allah is not going to get mad. Allah can't get mad and say, yeah, since you said that, now that's what me and you would do. I'll show you. And boof, we just, up in smoke somewhere. Allah not going to do that. Allah gave, that's the reason of creation. To build and to develop the human being, he has to have an opponent. And in modern times, that opponent is inside, it's internal. Jihad and Nas, Jihadul Akbar, that's the biggest jihad, internal jihad. That's what fitna and foolishness is for. I'm going to speed up and let y'all go to willpower, fortitude, self-command, self-mastery, tenaciousness. These are all vocabularies, and as we review them so long, pretty soon, they go into our subconscious. And you respond to everything according to what you have fed it. See, your subconscious, you have to guard your subconscious. In the early years, stuff got into your subconscious, just floated on down and it just come out of the society, and you may not know, but once you know, you have to guard and protect what goes in your subconscious mind. Because remember, 90% of the iceberg is under the water, only 10%. That's what consciousness is. Just a small part of our consciousness. What we do all the time is upstairs. The rest of it is downstairs. So what do we respond to most? Our subconscious. We fed ourselves all of this time. Self-mastery, tenaciousness, self-denial. Like we said yesterday in the Ramadan, at first hunger is not hunger, thirst is not thirst. But it's a training to help push you toward becoming a better worshiper of Allah. It's ibadah. Usually hunger is hunger. Hunger is Ramadan. I'm thirsty. This is Ramadan. But done properly, hunger is not hunger. Thirst is not thirst. It's a great asset that liberates you, frees you up, makes you an obedience service. Okay. Oh yeah, today is Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo. That's when Maximilian got whooped up down there in Mexico. Yeah. You know, the Mexicans don't even separate. They don't